Hello, this is Engineer Duaso once again, and let's have problem number 3 this time. Now, for this problem, you have a time deposit of 100,000, 110,000 pesos for 30 days, earns 890.39 cents. Okay? On the maturity date after deducting 20% withholding tax on the interest income. Now, find the rate of interest per annum. Okay. Now, this is a very challenging problem, and you have to understand the syntax of the sentence here, because if you do not understand how, or if you do not understand the structure of the problem here, medyo mahihirapan ka. And dito po, usually nagkakamali ang mga students natin. Okay? Again, you have to understand economics, it's about future, it's about the present worth. Now, not just that, you need to be mindful sa mga word structure natin. So, it will be better, no, if we can identify ano ba yung mga modifiers natin dito, no? So, we will go into details here, especially for the English language. I know that English language is not our, tawag natin dito, yung tawag natin dito, yung mother tongue. So, it's a challenge, but I'm just gonna guide you, no? And in order for us to understand, paano ba natin ito isosolve? Okay. Now, first of all, I think the first thing that you're going to identify here is the mga amounts natin, okay? So, a time deposit of 110,000. So, we understand that there is a deposit. And that deposit there's the of. Of is actually a preposition. And it describes, no, what kind of deposit. It's a what? It is a 110,000 pesos deposit. So, in other words, the 110,000, based on that setup pa lang, so it's a deposit, we understand that this is what? It is a present worth. Okay? So, we know that that is present worth based on the construct of the sentence here. So, a time deposit of 110,000 pesos for 30 days earns 890.39 pesos on the maturity date after deducting the 20% withholding tax on the interest income. So, medyo mataas yung sentence natin dito kasi marami pong mga connector words natin. But I think, no, it would be essential if we can identify yung pinaka-main sentence talaga dito. Okay. So, you have to understand, first of all, ano ba dito yung verb natin? Diba? I think the verb here is the word earns. Okay? So, earns there is actually in present tense. Okay? So, I think that gives you an idea. Meaning to say, yeah, I am dealing here with a present worth. Okay? I'm dealing here with a present word. So, it actually gives you idea, no? So, if you're going to break this down, you have actually something like this, no? I'm going to show you how to understand the construct of the sentence here. So, you have here a time deposit. Okay? So, basically, this is your subject. Okay? So, meron siyang sinabi dito, there's a connector word here, of. Okay? So, of 110,000 pesos. Okay? So, it describes the deposit. Okay? For there, okay, it's actually a conjunction, no? Fanboy, diba? Conjunction, but for 30 days, no? But actually, it acts more of a preposition nata. But again, no, it's a connector word. Again, no, it talks about for. Again, I think it describes here the 110,000 for 30 days. Okay, so this is the period here. So, klaro that ito yung letter N mo. Okay, 30 days. Diba? And then you do have there the verb. Okay, I'm just showing you, no? You have here the verb. So, verb naman. Ito yung sa SVO natin, no? Napaka-importante na maintindihan natin at this level, So, you have the earns. There, obviously, that is your verb there. Earns what? Nag-earns, ito yung object natin. Earns 890.39 pesos. Okay? on the maturity date. So, nag-earn daw siya on the maturity date. Ano yung maturity date natin? You're talking about the 30 days. Okay. But this one, there's another preposition, no? There's the word there, very interesting. The word after. So let's be very careful with this one. So it says here, after. Okay? After deducting. Okay? Deducting the 20%. Okay? After deducting the 20%. Okay? The 20% on 20% withholding tax. So the 20% here represents the withholding tax. Okay? That's what we understand from that statement, no? On what? On the interest income. So, bale, nag-deduct tayo ng 20% on what? On the interest income. So, sa I natin. So, let's try to understand, no? Ano ba yung meron tayo dito? So, you have to check that this 110,000, okay? We consider this one to be our what? Our present worth. We agree on this, okay? So, this is your P. Diba? And then, yung 30 days natin dito, okay, yung 30 days natin dito, we agree that this is our N. Now, what about for the 890? Now, most students will consider the 890 there to be their I. But they forgot that the 890 is the result. Okay? This is the result of what? Result, kasi may word dito, after deducting 20%. So, meaning to say, the 890.39 there, it is the result of deduction. Meaning to say, that is not our I, but we have to understand that the 890.39 there is part of your I. Okay, so listen carefully. Diba, for the question here, we understand that we want to calculate for the value of I. So how do we calculate for the value of I? What formula are we going to use to solve for the value of the interest rate? Now, there are two formulas there, di ba? You have the future worth and you have the present worth. And I think, yung pinakaswak dito na gamitin po for this particular problem, it is the IPIN. Why? Because you have the present worth only. You do not have the future worth. So, ibig sabihin na to, for this setup, ito yung formula na gagamitin natin, no? But, we have to secure first, ano ba yung value ng I natin? Okay? So, solve for the value of I muna tayo. So, paano ba natin ito solve? Knowing that the 890.39 is the result of what? Deduction. You have the I, di ba? After deducting 20% of the income tax minus 20% or 0.2 of the value of I. So, that's how we configure, no, for this setup. So, you have here, I is equivalent to, you just use your calculator, no? You can do shift solve here. So that will be 890.39 is equivalent to x minus 0.2 times x. Shift solve here, then you'll be able to get 1,112.99. That is the value of your I. Ayan po yung value ng I natin, ha? So, ngayon, meron kang value ng I po. Ano po yung gagawin natin dito? So, pwede na masolve ang I, no? Yung interest rate natin, diba? So, from the formula here, bring down lang natin to. So, you have 1,112.99, okay? And that is equivalent to the present worth, 110,000, okay? And then the value of I times the value of the period, which is 30 days. And take note, dapat po dito, na you have to take note, ha, na yung N natin dito is yearly. So, dapat ma-convert natin to. So, paano yan? And by the way, we're just dealing here with an ordinary simple interest, no? We're not dealing with a exact interest kasi kapag exacto, meron talagang specific date. So this is just an ordinary interest. Ibig sabihin na to, it will be what? 30 over 360. So that's how we're going to convert. Okay? So careful lang tayo, especially for the conversion, no? So you'll have here the value of your I, and that should give you 100, I don't know, ano to? 1,112.99 over 110,000 times 30 over 360. You know, you have 0.12%. Diba? 0.12%, or shall we say, this is 12%. That's how we're going to solve the problem. Okay po ba? Ayan. So, again, careful tayo sa pag-understand ng sentences, no? So probably, no, one thing that I can advise sa mga students, no, nahihirapan sa post-solve, I want you to keep on practicing. Ako, it's not, to be honest with you, if I'm going to practice, no, if the first time that I solved problems, no, I was not that really good, no. And in fact, it took lots of time, no. But the discipline there's this. The discipline is there in order for you to be able to capture, no, the idea there. Especially this one, eh. Ito over time, malalaman mo na lang to. Kasi the more you encounter problems, no, the more you solve problems po, makikita mo talaga, uy, ito po yung ibig sabihin nito, ito po yung nagre-refer na to. Lalo na pag meron kang magandang foundation sa English. So wag yung sabihin na, magaling na ako sa math, tapos bobo ako sa English. Dapat both talaga. Magaling ka sa math, magaling ka sa English. So kung mahirapan ka sa English, how are you going to interpret the problem? Because the problem is in English, right? So that's why, enroll din kayo sa mga crash course ng mga English courses po. Okay? It is essential. Especially yung mga verbs, mga mga clauses, no? You have to understand all those things. All right? So, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Hi, this is Engineer Duaso, and thank you for watching. For more videos and for more contents, don't forget to like and subscribe.